Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, welcome to the 2021 Humanitarian and Emergency Logistics Innovation Expo.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests. My name is Kim Chi from the Vietnam Disaster Management Authority. Today, I'm very honored to host the opening ceremony of the ASEAN First Humanitarian and Emergency Logistics Innovations Expo, or aka the HELiX. So in the next 2 days, we will dive into the different elements of humanitarian logistics, the trends and challenges facing the commercial and the humanitarian sectors in this field. But wait, before I completely steal the stage, let me introduce my partner this morning, Keith Lenichos. He is one of the disaster monitoring and analysis officer in the AHA Center.
Thank you, Kimchi. Thank you, Kimchi. I love the energy. And that's because I'm sure you're as excited as I am to host the HELiX opening ceremony. HELiX kicks off the 10th anniversary celebration of the AHA Center.
And this year also, the Vietnam Disaster Management Authority celebrates its 75th anniversary of disaster prevention and control. So to officially kick off HELiX, please give a virtual round of applause to Miss Đoàn Thị Tuyết Nga. Miss Đoàn Thị Tuyết Nga is the Director of Department of Science, Technology and International Corporations under the Vietnam Disaster Management Authority, Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development.
Good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, on behalf of Vietnam Disaster Management Authority, I would like to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to AHA Center for organizing such a wonderful event. Natural disasters in Asian countries in general and in Vietnam in particular are happening in quite abnormal and extreme manner and becoming more unpredictable. They are also causing catastrophic and fatal damage. Climate change is increasing the severity of weather events and exacerbate disaster risk. Despite being only forecast, predict, and guided by the government in response, these disasters seem beyond human preparedness capacity. However, ASEAN in general and AHA Center in particular have been active cooperate with Vietnam in strengthening disaster risk reduction and climate change capacity for years, in which humanitarian logistics is the backbone of our work. Understanding the need and challenge in humanitarian logistics and importance of innovation in the logistics supply chain in contributing to resolve challenge. Vietnam Disaster Management Authority would like to express our deep gratitude to AHA Center for letting us to be a part of HELiX event. HELiX event is platform for governmental, nonprofits, commercial sector, professional, and student alike to network, and to come up with viable solutions, increase the speed and scale of disaster response, and to strengthen the solidarity of the humanitarian community in ASEAN. Also, the event is a great opportunity for humanitarian logistics practitioner, vendor, and supplier, academies, professional, and research in the region to present their idea and products to contribute to the strengthening of disaster reduction and climate change capacity. Vietnam Disaster Management Authority also affirmed that with our experience and capability in natural disaster prevention and control, with our human strength and resource, although not yet a rich and powerful country, we will always stand side by side with ASEAN countries and ready to share, support, and jointly respond when needed. Lastly, I would like to wish all of you who attend the event a good health and wish our HELiX fruitful event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Nga. So last year in 2020, Vietnam had to suffer from disastrous floodings in the center of Vietnam. So the ASEAN through AHA Center had activated the DELSA system to immediately support the affected people in Vietnam. That proved the crucial roles of having an effective and rapid disaster management supply chain system in place. That's also one of the reasons why the VNDMA want to work closely with AHA Center to promote the development of emergency logistics system in the regions. So thank you, Ms. Nga and VNDMA for your commitment and for your contributions to make this wonderful event happen.
I agree, Kim Chi. The VNDMA and AHA Center go way back, and we are always grateful for this coordination and collaboration, and we look forward to further strengthening this relationship to better our coordinated response in the future. Today and tomorrow is packed with so many events, but what is HELiX and why are we here, Kim Chi?
Oh, well, for me, the HELiX is about collaborations and working together, which is why the VNDMA and the AHA Center has worked really hard to bring together the experts, practitioners, the NGOs, bodies, and even the youth. And that is to start a conversations about innovations and creative solutions.
That's true, Kim Chi. For me, HELiX is about what you said, working together and finding out new solutions to improve the speed, scale, and solidarity of disaster response in ASEAN.
So by the way, kids and everybody, if you haven't noticed, there is a lady in one screen doing some artsy stuff. Actually, her name is Wendy Wong, and she's the creative director of the Willenia Studios. So she is doing a graphic note taking of our plenary sections. She's listening and documenting all the key discussions of our sections using the art. Hi, Wendy. Great work so far. So HELiX is part of the disaster emergency logistics system of the ASEAN or DELSA project, which is overseen by the ASEAN Committee on Disaster Management and in particular, the Preparedness, Response and Recovery Working Group. So to give her the strategic importance of this event, let us welcome to the stage Mr. Tiong Hau Hua, the Deputy Commissioners of the Singapore Civil Defense Force, on behalf of the ACDM Chair.
Thank you, Kim Chi. Ms. Na, Director Science, Technology and Cooperation Department, Vietnam Disaster Management Authority, VNDMA. Ms. Adachi Mayoko, First Secretary, Mission of Japan to ASEAN. Ms. Adelina Kamal, Executive Director of AHA Center. Distinguished guests, speakers, friends from the ASEAN, these national disaster management organizations, ladies and gentlemen. A very good Monday morning and greetings here from Singapore, and hope everyone is keeping well and excited about today. I'm very happy to be here to start the work week, and my pleasure to deliver the opening remarks today. This is the first time we are conducting the Humanitarian and Emergency Logistic Innovation Expo, or HELiX for short. I personally like the word HELiX, and it is so apt to name this event because HELiX is inextricably linked to science and DNA. And we often use DNA as a metaphor for the underlying factors that define an organization or an event personality and culture, the strategy, and what makes it unique. Over the next few days, there would be many events held as part of HELiX. It is science-based and innovation focused. And hopefully we can discover our DNA in these innovative approaches that can create unique values and sustainable advantage to address challenges in humanitarian logistics in the ASEAN region. On behalf of the chair of the ASEAN Committee on Disaster Management, ACDM, we would like to thank Vietnam Disaster Management Authority and the AHA Center for organizing the event. I would also like to thank the government of Japan for supporting HELiX through the Japan-ASEAN Integration Fund. Not forgetting other supporting partners, namely the Angel Investment Network Indonesia, Temasek Foundation, UPS, Help Logistic, Impact Week, and Launch Labs. As we all know, 2020 and 2021 have been a challenging period with the impact of COVID-19 pandemic causing unprecedented disruptions worldwide. Governments are still managing the magnitude of this public health catastrophe with its disruption to the economy and its impact on lives and livelihoods. While we cope with the impact of COVID-19, we must also not let our guards down in the management of disaster. And that is why, even in the midst of this pandemic, while we cannot meet physically, we are engaging each other over this virtual platform to discuss on the emerging innovations among humanitarian logistic practitioners, vendors, contractors, suppliers, and the wider humanitarian community in the region. When disasters strike, severe damages on infrastructures and supply chains complicate logistics surrounding disaster relief efforts. National disaster management organizations, NDMOs, have to race against time to anticipate the needs of the community and mobilize assets and resources to meet the surge in demand amidst the operational uncertainties. These key tasks cannot be addressed individually, but require joint efforts and close coordination with all stakeholders. And it is during peacetime, NDMOs must proactively plan for future threats by analyzing data, predicting trends, accelerating technology adoption, and transforming logistic management to improve disaster response and prevent unnecessary bottlenecks and delays in the supply chain. Today, we are privileged to have a good lineup of speakers from diverse profiles in ASEAN. Speakers from academic institutions such as the National Universities of Singapore, universities of Brunei Darussalam, international organizations like the IFRC, ICRC, and UN agencies, as well as our regional partners such as the Pacific Disaster Center, Yayasan Peta Bencana, and the Philippines Disaster Resilience Foundation. I look forward to their sharing of rich experience and innovative initiatives that they have championed in the humanitarian and emergency logistics. In addition, I have heard many exciting things about the iPitch and look forward to an energized iPitch competition where innovators pitch their ideas in transforming emergency logistic management to potential sponsors or adopters. And I understand there is also a virtual exhibition that will showcase products, services, technologies, and innovative solutions to reducing disaster risks and enhancing humanitarian logistics in the region. Now, by gathering the best minds, the latest technologies, and experienced practitioners, we can come together to a greater understanding of complex issues relating to emergency logistics and come up with innovative solutions. I hope that HELiX will bring about new insights to the existing challenges faced in the field of logistic work, and above all, facilitating networking among the participants. Thank you once again for taking time to attend and support this event. Stay safe and have a pleasant learning journey ahead in the HELiX-like approach to boldly discover our DNA to create unique values in this important field of humanitarian logistics. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ho Hua. For some of you who are not yet aware, we now have a new ADMIR work program 2021 to 2025. This is the strategic plan for building disaster resilience in the region. This is the third 5-year plan of ASEAN on disaster management, and it would not have been possible without the generous support of ASEAN dialogue partners. There is one dialogue partner in particular who has provided a significant amount of support to ASEAN, especially the AHA Center. The government of Japan has supported the establishment of DELSA warehouses, comprehensive training of disaster management professionals, and the ASEAN Emergency Response and Assessment Team, to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, connecting from Jakarta, let us acknowledge to the Zoom stage Ms. Adachi Mayuko, First Secretary, Mission of Japan to ASEAN. Ms. Adachi, the Zoom stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Japan Mission to ASEAN, it's my honor to deliver opening remarks at the opening ceremony for the Humanitarian Emergency Logistics Expo on 2021. I may tribute to the effort of all those who have been working hard for this project. Because of geographical, topological, and meteorological conditions, Japan is subject to frequent natural disasters such as typhoons, torrential rains, and heavy snowfalls, as well as earthquakes and tsunami. In 1995, more than 6,400 people died of the Great Hanshin Awaji earthquake. I'm also experienced a serious earthquake. And also in 2011, more than 18,000 people died or went missing due to the Great East Japan earthquake. Once the natural disaster happened, we often experience the disruption of the supply chain, which always seriously affect disaster victims. Taking such lessons, Japan has consistently accumulated knowledge and technology for disaster risk reduction. Based on this experience, Japan has supported AHA Center's activities in this ASEAN region since its establishment through the Japan-ASEAN Integration Fund, JAIC. AHA Center's significant effort to strengthen the region's capacity in disaster preparedness and response, strengthen the region's capacity in response helps enhance ASEAN region's successful disaster response operation. As part of the JICE-supported project, the Disaster Emergency Logistics System of ASEAN, DELSER, I'm confident that the Humanitarian and Emergency Logistics Expo on 2021 will capture the latest advancements and innovation in humanitarian logistics and supply chain management, which contribute to expand regions' preparedness for responding to serious disasters in the future. I wish to convey again my gratitude to everybody who have been involved in this valuable humanitarian emergency logistics expo, especially AHA Center for your commitment and hard work. Thank you so much for your indulgence. Thank you.
Thank you, Adachi-san. So as I mentioned before, in 2020, the central areas of Vietnam were flooded due to the continuous heavy rains. So ASEAN supported the VNDMA flood response operations through the delivery of the relief items from the Delta warehouse in Malaysia. So from the people of Vietnam, we thank you very much to the people and the government of Japan for your unceasingly supporting to DELSER. Can we hear virtual claps for that?
And in the spirit of appreciation, we would also like to acknowledge our partners who have supported HELiX. Let's watch this video.